Am I wrong for divorcing my husband after he cheated with my sister, cutting off my mom for supporting them, and moving on with my life? This has been the most traumatic year of my life, and I'm wondering if I'm being too harsh or if I'm justified in my choices. I, female 35, was married to my husband, male 42, for 8 years. We have 2 kids together, a son 9 and a daughter 7. I thought our life was stable and happy until everything unraveled 7 months ago. I found out that my husband was cheating on me with my younger sister, 24. I didn't discover it through subtle clues or intuition. My son overheard an inappropriate conversation between the two of them at a family gathering and came to me confused and upset. When I confronted my husband, he denied at first, but eventually admitted to the affair. I was utterly shattered, but what made it even worse was that my mom sided with my husband and sister. She defended their actions, saying your sister is young and doesn't know any better, and your husband 24 is not young. 24 knows better not to be running around town with her sister's husband. What? Your husband must have felt neglected to fall for someone else. Then she had the audacity to suggest I forgive them and keep the family together for the kids. I was stunned and disgusted. My dad, on the other hand, was furious. He called out my mom's behavior, told her she was enabling betrayal, and eventually filed for divorce from her because he couldn't tolerate her lack of morals. He's been one of my few sources of support throughout all of this. I filed for divorce immediately and cut off my mom and sister completely. My kids have been struggling with the fallout. My son is especially angry and has told me he doesn't want anything to do with his dad. My daughter is quieter but has been acting out in small ways. We've been going to therapy together, and I've been doing everything I can to help them navigate this while also trying to heal myself. Over the past few months, I've started putting my life back together. I focused on my kids, leaned on my dad and close friends for support, and even started dating someone new, female 36. She's been incredible, kind, understanding, and supportive. Oh, so now she's a lesbian. Okay. She's great with my kids, and they've grown to love her, which makes me feel like I can finally see a light at the end of the tunnel. But the chaos isn't over. My sister's relationship with my ex-husband has completely fallen apart. Shocking, right? Now she's blaming my mom, saying she encouraged the whole thing. My mom, meanwhile, is blowing up my phone, accusing me of tearing the family apart by refusing to forgive them. She says my new relationship is a slap in the face to our family and claims I'm being selfish for not letting her or my sister back into my life. To top it off, my ex-husband has been reaching out, begging for forgiveness and asking for a second chance. He's telling me it was all a mistake and that he misses me and the kids. My son and daughter both want nothing to do with him, but I'm conflicted about how much of a relationship, if any, they should have with their father. My dad and friends say I'm doing the right thing by cutting out toxic people and focus on rebuilding my life, but the guilt tripping from my mom and sister is starting to wear me down, and I'm wondering if I'm being too harsh. Should I try to reconcile with my mom and sister for the sake of family? Should I give my ex more of a chance to be involved for the sake of the kids? Am I wrong for divorcing my husband, cutting off my mom and sister, and moving forward with my life and new relationship? Definitely not in the wrong, because were they thinking about keeping the family together when he was cheating on you? When your mom was supporting it? And she was supporting an affair with her daughter, the affair that her daughter was having with her other daughter's husband? Am I wrong for telling my boyfriend's family I needed my hands amputated after they kept giving me craft supplies as gifts? Hi Reddit, I, 25 female, have been with my boyfriend, 26 male, for about 3 years. I'm really into crafting and love reusing things most people would throw away, like empty bottles or soda taps. Over time, my boyfriend's family started saving things for me, like old cans or random scraps, and honestly, I thought it was super sweet. I've always appreciated that they thought of me. But here's where things got kind of weird. My birthday is super close to my boyfriend's sister's, 28 female, like only 5 days apart. So we had a joint birthday party last year. As gifts, they gave me a bag full of craft supplies like soda taps, empty bottles, and some random other bits and bobs. I mean, it was thoughtful in a way, but then his sister got these super nice gifts like a Pandora charm bracelet and an Apple Watch. I felt a little embarrassed to be honest, but I kept smiling and thanked them because I really do appreciate gifts in general. My boyfriend noticed though, and he got really upset. He even wanted to call them out, but I told him to let it go and not cause drama. Then last Christmas happened. A few days before, I'd hurt my wrist at the gym. Nothing major, just a scrap and some bandages. But I hadn't told his family about it since I hadn't seen them. Only my family and my boyfriend knew what actually happened. So Christmas morning comes and we're all opening presents together. His family gave everyone else these amazing gifts: new shoes, jewelry, and iPhone, gift cards worth like hundreds of dollars. When I opened mine, I got an empty soda bottle, some used and dirty aluminum foil, and a handful of soda taps. That was it. Look, I'm all about crafting, but this felt kind of insulting. My boyfriend was fuming, but we decided to keep quiet for now. Then his family asked me, all smiling, "Do you like your gifts?" I would say, "No, I do not like these trash that you guys gave me, but thank you." I just snapped. I smiled back and said, "Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, but unfortunately, I won't be able to use them anymore because of my accident." They looked confused, so I explained very seriously that my injury was worse than it looked and that both my hands would have to be amputated. My boyfriend nodded with a straight face and added that we hadn't told anyone yet because it was a really emotional situation for me. Their faces went white. They started apologizing, saying they had no idea and how awful they felt. A few of them even looked like they might cry. I just nodded and said, "It's okay, I'm used to it by now," and left it at that. We left shortly after. Here's the thing, my hands are totally fine. It was just a couple of scraps, but I was so hurt and angry about gifts that I wanted them to realize how thoughtless they were being. My boyfriend thinks I was justified, but later his sister texted me saying I was cruel for making a scene and guilt-tripping the whole family on Christmas. I guess the word got to her that my hands are fine, so now I'm starting to feel a little bit bad. Did I go too far? Am I the a-hole? I mean, at first it was thoughtful that they were like, "Oh, let's save these for what's her name because she, loves crafting." But why would I enjoy getting a bag of trash, essentially, because it is trash, every single time for a gift? Like, her birthday, they gave her a bag of trash. On Christmas, they gave her a bag of trash. Even if they knew that she likes crafting, they could have gave her, like, a gift card. Like, everybody could have put, like, $50 in it, and then they could give her, like, a couple $100 gift card for crafting or something. At least something fancier than essentially a bag of trash. What the hell? She's justified. She's more than justified. Because don't feel bad for me now. Because were you guys feeling bad for me when you're embarrassing me, giving me a bag of trash every single time on my birthday? A shared birthday party, you're giving me trash, and she's getting a Pandora bracelet and an Apple Watch? I'll be pissed. Like, a Pandora bracelet and an Apple Watch, and I get a black, what is it called? Like, trash bag full of soda tabs and God knows what. Like, please don't piss me off. Like, what the hell?